Good afternoon. My name is Urszula Gacek. On behalf of the organizers, it is my immense pleasure to welcome you all, not only from Poland, but from far and wide, to this international conference, Women's Solidarity for Democracy. I would like to welcome, first of all, the Mayor of Warsaw, Mrs. Hanna Gronkiewicz-Waltz, who will give the opening address. Hanna Gronkiewicz-Waltz was the longest-serving President of the National Bank of Poland and the first female President of the National Bank of Poland. She is also the first directly elected female Mayor of Warsaw. First a career in finance, now a career in politics, and a fine example for women everywhere wishing to make changes in their countries. Hanna Gronkiewicz-Waltz, you have the floor.
Dear guests, dear ladies and gentlemen as well, I see a few. As the Mayor of Warsaw and the co-organizer of this important meeting, I would like to welcome all of you. This is a very special meeting as it gathers women's voices in support of democracy from all over the world. Warsaw is a very special place, as just this week we have celebrated the 20th anniversary of the first democratically elected government of Poland after the World War II, because before we had democratic elections and we were independent. And this government was led by Tadeusz Mazowiecki. Warsaw is the city where Poland experienced with democracy both at the national and local level. I'm proud to be the first female mayor of our city. I would like to highlight it. I'm especially happy that Warsaw, as the capital of Poland, hosts the Community of Democracies, which is an international coalition of states and civil society organizations that seek to improve the promotion of democracy worldwide. The Secretary General, Professor Mishtar, will tell you later more about the idea of the conference and the main goal of this meeting. I would like to stress how important it is to hear women's voices and to have their point of view implemented and reflected in politics, both local and national. And perhaps this access to the local politics is the first and the foremost lesson of democracy and the major leap forward to the humanity. Local government is the first type of experience in responsibility, in imagination, and in good management. And as we see in many places, women are especially responsible in delivering good management practices because they are patient and persistent. Not always you can say the same about men. The history of Warsaw is the history of the struggle for democracy. This is why we are happy to have among us here women who come from different regions of the world, from various cultural backgrounds, who deal with divergent challenges that the modern world poses to us. We are glad that the Community of Democracies chose to have Warsaw as the meeting ground for all of you, and we are excited to host you here on the premises of this beautiful historical palais to come and tell us your stories, to share your experiences, to speak up. This was the welcoming address I would like to share with you and leave then the rest for the panelists. My thoughts connected with the role of women in these democratic changes. It is a very complex issue of the intake of women by political regimes, of susceptibility of political world to women's point of view, to their perspective, their way of making politics. It is generally agreed upon that women are different as bosses, as politicians, as leaders. They pose different challenges and respond to different challenges of the contemporary world. I strongly believe that we, as women, have confronted this challenge in a way much different than men. I don't want to say that better, but different. We took the responsibility into our hands by our own life path, and my own political career being an example that if we really would like and you are enough patient and persistent, women can play an important role in the political and social life. For the women of Iran, I have one message to send. The windows of opportunity open as you speak up. The gates of the totalitarian regime break as you reach out to society, and the responsibility falls into your hands as you bring such issues as democracy, stability, and openness to the political, social, and intellectual discourse. First, we need to talk, to share, to be open for each other and exchange the informations. Women are the most important creators of social capital. If you could compare, I would say that they produce the fabric of society when then used as the building material for the entire system. Our social capital results from the fact that we are not only a voice, one of many voices that are heard in society, but that we are and serve as an example to our families, to our children, to our husbands as well. Therefore, the multiplier effect of one woman speaking up is 10-fold higher than the effect of a politically active man, I believe. When we act for peace, as the women in black do, when we speak for tolerance, as the damas in blanco do, our voice is heard in the world. When we write, as the Pulitzer-winning journalist and author Mrs. Applebaum, who is with us, everybody reads and listens. When we make administrative decisions, as our women ministers do every day, we have some of them among us, we make an imprint on everyday life. When we oppose to the reality of hardship and undemocracy, we reach out to the hearts of thousands of people, as the best world blogger Joanny Sanchez does. Hence, I would like to repeat and to echo the words of our Polish Pope John Paul II, who had said to us Poles exactly 30 years ago. It was in the heart of Warsaw, on the square Piłsudski. At the time, the name was the Square of Victory. Victory has come later. He said to us, do not fear. Do not fear and dare to look further. Be not afraid of reaching out to positions occupied by men. Speak up whenever you see injustice, inequality, hardship, poverty, and domination. Speak for the exploited and those whose citizenship rights have been limited. This is the point when you become delegates, members of parliament, CEOs, chairwomen, and when you have to make sure that the law enforcement and justice systems reflect the specificity, the cultural values, and the aspirations of your society. I hope that the panels will be very interesting.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for your introduction and for your welcome.